Hi there, Leo. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 28th of September. The knowledge side of life is very much to the fore this week, and you may find that some subjects come up that in the past you may not have been particularly interested in, but you may find yourself really wrapped by some new exciting concepts, particularly about how to feel and how to relate to other people. So if you find yourself checking out some self-help books or courses, personal development stuff online, it wouldn't really be a surprise. With the Sun and Mercury both in your sector of everyday communication, your mind can also be sparkling bright, and you could come up with some really fantastic brainwaves. Now, I appreciate that Mercury is continuing to track backwards, and that can create some issues, especially if we rush things, so it's important not to jump to any conclusions, particularly in the first half of this week when Mars, now relocated in your sector of resources, is clashing with Saturn. I think it's possible that there could be an issue that comes up around money but linked to a loved one, or it's just your desire to have something, but the compulsion that comes with Mars is almost kind of checked by the restriction of Saturn. So Saturn's sort of saying to Mars, do you really feel that this is necessary, this expenditure? Or do you feel it's really necessary to support someone that you're close to that asks for some help? And communications, obviously always a vital part of life, do have the potential to go slightly awry. So taking your time to get your point across is going to be vital this week, because Neptune continues to be a pretty tricky influence. First up, in opposition with Jupiter all week. At the end of the week, it's going to be in opposition with Mars. And that particularly really does have some challenges. If you get to know someone, go out on a first date, and even if the person that you meet seems to be radiant, magnetic and wonderful, I wouldn't get too close until you're really sure of what their motivations are. Also, be conscious of your own. But if you're buying and selling anything at the end of this week, with Neptune in opposition to Mars, there is real potential for someone to be downright dishonest, or at least a mistake to be made, especially with Mercury tracking backwards. So keep any receipts or invoices. Don't be too quick to splash out. Be a little bit more cautious. But there is one influence this week which is absolutely sensational, and that's between Jupiter and Pluto. Pluto's been working its way through a part of your horoscope the last 7 years or so, which is very much to do with life organisation, health and fitness, work. And of course Pluto sometimes imposes change on us when we're not ready for it, but sometimes we can push the changes through ourselves with its help. And this week, as Jupiter forges an awesome angle to Pluto, when it comes to your financial situation, if you've really worked hard and you're really clear about what you're trying to do, something could shape up this week which absolutely delights you. But it may have come from painstaking attention to detail over a long period of time, rather than any recent, rather more risky or a speculative type of situation. So not quite so luck-based, more evolutionary-based. And that really depends on how much effort you've been putting in. But it could be effort that you were putting in over the last year as Jupiter went through your sign. And that's when the more creative side of yourself was coming up with the ideas. Now you can start to get the rewards. As the week draws to a close, however, the Sun in Libra does square up with Pluto, a much more challenging influence. And again, it's down to life organisation. If you're trying to do too much, you may find yourself feeling a little bit stressed out. So a better weekend to really try and kick back, relax and chill out. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.